All right, so today we're diving into a really dark, cautionary tale. It's one of those stories that shows you how revenge, well, it can be like a wildfire. It just burns through everything and everyone, and that includes the very person who started it all. So yeah, let's get right into this.
And the story kicks off with this really powerful idea, this warning. It frames revenge not as something satisfying, but as a mirage. It looks great from a distance, like it's going to give you justice. But once you get inside, well, as we're about to find out, it's nothing but a trap. Just pure darkness with some truly devastating consequences for everyone involved.
So, our story starts with what looks like a totally normal family, right? Just a mother and her son living a quiet life. But, as we're about to see, there's a really dangerous secret hiding just beneath the surface.
So on the surface, Kuzum is just this loving, devoted mom to her son Arav. But when the sun goes down, a totally different person comes out. For years, Arav has seen this. Every single night, like clockwork, she just slips out of the house, no explanation, nothing. And he's noticed this strange gleam in her eyes. It's unsettling, and it's always been enough to stop him from ever asking the one question he's desperate to ask. Where are you going?
And like it so often happens in these kinds of tragedies, the whole thing gets set off by someone who has no idea what they're walking into. Arav brings his college friend Neha Sinha home for something as simple as grabbing some notes. Neither of them has a clue that this one, totally innocent visit is about to start a terrible, unstoppable chain of events.
And you really have to pay attention to how Kusum asks her questions here. This is not just friendly small talk. She's so methodical, pulling out these key details one by one. Neha's full name, her parents' names, Vivek and Ria Sina, even their hometown, Chandrapur. And this story adds this really chilling detail. The moment she hears those names, her finger just clenched the chair, knuckles turning white. Right then and there, she knows. This is the daughter of the man who completely destroyed her life.
And that discovery, wow, it just tears open a wound that's been festering for 20 long years. And it reveals the powerful, dark motive behind the plan that's forming in Kusum's mind.
Okay, so this timeline really unpacks the whole backstory. See, Kusum and Vivek, they were childhood sweethearts. They had their whole future planned out. But then he moves to the city, just ditches her for another woman, Ria, and doesn't even look back. And if that wasn't bad enough, Kusum's own husband, Leader, dies in a fire, leaving her all alone as a single mom. Then years go by, and this one-chance encounter just seals everything. She sees Vivek with his new family, happy, and he looks right through her. No recognition, no remorse, nothing. And in that single, gut-wrenching moment, all that heartbreak just curdles into one single burning thought: revenge.
And that brings us right back to the present. Kusum now has a target, and she starts to weave this sinister web, using magic and, well, manipulation. So this is the really twisted part, how she turns hospitality into a weapon. Her plan is so methodical. First, she gets Neha's trust by being kind. Then she uses these homemade sweets, enchanted sweets, to slowly put a curse on Neha's mother, Ria. And at the exact same time, she's pushing a romance between Neha and her own son, Arav, dragging him right into her scheme. Her endgame? The complete and total destruction of Vivek's family.
Now, Arav, he can feel that something is just deeply, deeply wrong. His mom seems to be taking this weird satisfaction in all the bad things happening to Neha's family. So one night, when she's out on one of her mystery trips, he makes himself search her room. And what he finds, it confirms his absolute worst fears. A glass with Neha's name on it, a little packet of hair, a handkerchief with Ria's name. He knows exactly what they are. They're tools for black magic.
And when Arav confronts her, she doesn't even bother to deny it. She just coldly admits to everything. And then, in what's maybe the cruelest twist of all, she tells him that Neha's love for him, it isn't even real. It was just something she cooked up with her magic, baked right into the sweets she'd been serving them. From this moment on, everything just spirals completely out of control. The plan is working, yeah, but now we're going to see the true, horrifying cost of her revenge.
And then, the first domino falls. Ria dies from this slow, agonizing illness that no doctor can figure out. Arav is horrified. He begs his mother, pleads with her to stop, right? Her first target is gone. Surely her need for vengeance is satisfied. But he couldn't be more wrong.
Oh, it's not over. Kusum just coldly tells him, now it's Neha's turn.
She lures this grieving, vulnerable girl to her house, serves her one last cursed meal, and then just sends her away to die the same horrible death as her mother. And this is the final, unimaginable price of Kusum's revenge. Arav is just crushed. He's crushed by the guilt, by the horror of what his mother did to the woman he loved, and he takes his own life. In her mission to destroy someone else's family, Kusum has sacrificed her own son. The one person she truly loved is now a casualty of her own hate.
And that leaves us in the chilling aftermath. Just this deafening silence after the storm she created has finally passed.
So in the end, Kusum gets what she thought she wanted. Vivek's entire world is in ruins. But in doing that, she completely annihilated her own. The story ends with her, totally lost to madness, just sitting alone, day after day, making sweets and offering them to the ghosts of the family she destroyed. A family that now includes her own son. At the end of it all, those old warnings about black magic, they turned out to be true. It really is a path to ruin, and it spares absolutely no one. Not the person you're targeting, not the person doing it, and definitely not the innocent people who get caught in the middle.
Which leaves us with this one last haunting question that really gets to the heart of this whole story. When a quest for revenge takes everything from everyone involved and leaves nothing behind but ashes, who can possibly claim to have won?